Welcome. In this video, I'll be covering Cashbook app. I know it is available on Google Play for the Android phones. I am not sure if it's available for Apple phones or not, since I went to Apple and I played and I got nothing, and I don't have an Apple phone to verify it. So if you guys could comment and let me know if it's available in Apple Store, that would be great. So let's begin. For those of you that want to download an app, you can go in and type in Cashbook in your Apple Store, in your Google Store, and you'll be able to download it from there. It also has a computer version, which kind of works on a computer browser structure. So you can download the computer version as well and do majority of the work on the computer if you have one or tablet, and download the app version for your Android phone, and if it's available for your Apple phone and tablet. So I did play around a little bit because I had this app introduced to me a couple months back by another driver, and he uses it a little bit differently, and I'll touch on that as well, hopefully at the end of this video. So I played with this app as an accounting app because if you guys go familiar, if you go download use QuickBooks, it does charge you $10 or $20 a month, which I personally believe is a little hefty fee. Yes, it does have certain features like GPS tracking, where you have to assign every single trip. Does have categories preset for you, as well as a few other things. But again, if it's a $10 a month, that's $120 a year. It's a little, ex, expensive, and of course, that's why I use spreadsheet, and you guys can go back in a history and see where I showed you guys how you guys can do your bookkeeping in a Google sheet, and I even created a copy for you guys of a sheet as well. But this is a little bit easier, but I want to touch a few things what you guys can do and what you guys can't do. First of all, when you start an account, you'll sign up, which the same thing as going to your profile. First set up your name, your address, and phone number, which is what they use for the app version, so it can be syncable between the desktop and the app. So then you're going to go and create a new book. And I want to explain where in QuickBooks you have one account, and that account are assigned to one business name. And then inside the business name, you can have multiple uh, banks and etc. Here, in order for in this here to work properly, that the cashbook account is actually set up for multiple. So you can set up each create new book means another business, because otherwise your reports will not properly show. Here an example. I created here, let's say a Sam's Club card. It's a credit card with Sam's Club. And if I go in here and I click on report, and we go with PDF report, I can sort all entries, but that's only for the Sam's Club credit card. And the report that you will need for your account at the end of the year is your category-wise report. So it actually can have totals for what you have spent, in each category of your business, so he can actually properly categorize either on Schedule C or other form. Depends on type of business you're running. So as you guys can see, then that means you'll have to go and do the same thing for your Capital One, and then your account will have to merge all those together. And I'm going to do the same thing so you guys can understand. And this will be category for the Capital One card. But if you open up, like here, I have the Slavic D services, and for this here, I just downloaded two accounts, my Capital One card and my Sam's Club card, which each one I only use for a certain period of time. And we go in and hit report, and PDF and hit on category, then in that case, I'll have all both of these accounts because what I did, I uploaded both of the accounts into Slavic D services. That means right now I have a little bit more accurate for that period of time that I use those cards, which you guys can see categories and stuff like that. Now, categories, yes, the one thing, other thing is I don't like that it doesn't sort categories. So it's kind of like all over the place. Also, if you, let's say all these were credit card payments, so that means I had to pay the credit card. You do have to, in a category, you would have to assign the name of the bank that you're actually paying off that credit card. Otherwise, it will, if you assign it to payment, then it's going to be like a payment category. What exactly is that? You'll make sure you'll have to explain that to your, unless you call it credit card payment. Then in that case, you can call it credit card pay instead of the bank account that you paid it with. But here are some of the categories that have been used in this report. So I'm hoping that kind of clears few things up. So that's how you would actually create your book under business name and then import. Now, uh, the desktop version has an import option, or I'm sorry, as bulk entries. So you would actually choose a file, which you would choose whatever. Actually, and here you would actually download a sample file, which would be the layout of how. And here I'm going to actually show you guys. So the categories that they want is your date, time, remarks, which is actually the name of the business you dealt the business with. Then a category, which category, mode. So that would be online payments. In my case, I put in the bank name, so like Capital One card, and the other one I used was Sam's Club card. So I know to reference which bank it's referencing to. Then the amount that they went in, so payments would be going in here, and transactions, stuff that you purchased would be going out, cash going out. So that's the layout they want you to use. Let me see if I can show you guys. So this would be additional categories that that were not used in that report that I kind of filtered out for you guys can actually see other categories. Also, let me see what else I can show you guys from here. Okay, I'll show you the report of all that actually I imported. So we had the date, time, remarks, which is the name of the restaurant or business, category that it was assigned to. Question mark is something that I always assign to, something that I either need to research, find a receipt because I have not made an entry at the time, and kind of slid my hand. So I need to go in and make sure that what category I need to assign to those two. Then, like I told you, mode would be the bank name, cash in and cash out. So as you guys can see, cash in are the payments, cash outs are transactions of payments. So kind of gave you guys the idea of imports. I'll do an example of import. Let's go with all, since that's what you guys already seen. And what the system going to automatically do is going to go through the list of imports and going to say, okay, header in row 1. Entry start row is 2. So pretty much if you did not have headers, then you would actually headers leave it still at 1, but entry you would move to 1. Or if you have entry starting at row 3, then you would start row 3, and they will tell you how many entries. If you need to add, let's say we have a header starting at 3, then the list starting at 3, then we would actually add that here as well. And how many entries if you don't want to import the whole list. Then from there we would actually go next, and then it would actually go through categories, and then we would that's the cash book categories, and then you would actually assign to which category you need to which category goes to which core, which here, you can see all of it's matched. Also, the time format is different, then you would select the time format, or the date format, the time format as well, you would select, and then hit import valid entries. So that's kind of a process for import. If we go cancel, I guess we can back out. So you kind of do have a report of, on hand actual how much went out through a certain period of time. So you can select the time, let's say this month, and then see what happened this month. Um, you can select, cash in or cash out, and you can sort. There's also participant option, which we did not turn that off. You can actually invite people to work. So let's say there's a couple of you running on one business name and all the money is going in, and from there you guys are splitting, and somebody's going to have to take responsibility for the bookkeeping. But at the same time, you guys do want others to help as well, so you guys can actually ask multiple as well. As the company has employees, you can assign certain employees and their responsibilities. So payment methods, like I said, um, bank accounts, categories, then we can also select, let's say cash, and let's say we don't have no cash here, we can select Capital One, and we can have all the Capital One transactions here. Also, we can select category. Like I said, it doesn't sort correctly, but let's say auto repair. So all time auto repair, we only have one transaction of $220 where I replaced windshield and paid $220 for the windshield to be replaced and reinstalled. That's for the price of the windshield. Now, cash in, so pretty much your payments, you would select the date, the time, amount, party name, which, you can add party name, Spark, whatever. Remarks, that will be from where, category, and type of payments, which debit card. So we have quite a bit of here. We can even, I guess, add more. So, and we can also take images of receipts if we choose to. Now, if we want to go cash out, you put an amount, party name, category remarks, category payment, photo receipt, and save. So again, process is about the same. So because of various different options, it can be used for various ways, but this is the most wise way, is the way I set it up. Again, when we do go in into add bulk entry, premium trial future. Right now they do not have a premium version, but import looks like it's going to be part of the premium version. How much that's going to cost, I have no clue as well. It's just giving you guys an idea that it is free as of right now. Is it going to stay free? Do not know. Also, I have somebody that actually using that to track daily earnings. So they're doing it kind of confusing, and that's why kind of for me it's kind of hard to explain that, because even to me, I understand clear transactions, especially when it comes down to Spark. You're getting a promise, a payment for delivery on one day, the tip goes in on the next day. For me, it's kind of confusing when you try to add, the total amount that they offered you, but then the daily amount, what you can earn for the day is yes, but what actually got paid out today, wouldn't what you want to know tomorrow evening and say, you know what, I got shorted on this tip, I got extra pay here, I got this. That's the reason why I went and I created my own app, because you cannot really do that here correctly based, without making it confusing. But they created a special category for the day one, day two. So Monday through Saturday, they'll run it on day one. On Sunday, because Sunday and payout is one day, but it rolls out to the next week. Then it rolls over. Then the day two they'll run it on Monday, which again, like I said, problem is you cannot take a transaction. Let's say this is a transaction here. Um, Move entry. Entry will be moved to another selectable. Okay, so looks like you can move in between books. So that's at least good. So they can have a weekly report, daily report, and actually go in and take those transactions, move it into weekly report. Again, I would still do it differently. I would actually have a um, day one uh, earnings, day two, day one tips. So then pretty much, day two tips. So pretty much, your day one or tomorrow tip, actually, I would call one of the books. And then, you would put in the promise in earnings, promise tips. Next day, you would go in and you would adjust them, and then you move them to weekly. So that's kind of, where I would do that, and then, have the report in a weekly, and then from weekly you would move it into monthly, and from monthly you would move it into annual book. But for me, kind of, question, kind of something that kind of I don't understand, since you already can sort by day, yesterday, this month, last month, custom, and put in the dates. Um, I would actually just run the promise Walmart Pay and the promise tip. And then, I would go in and clear those as we go because, we already have dates. And that actually would be a lot more cleaner way of putting things in. He also tracks miles he created a mileage log, which actually, saves in a dollar format, but at least, and he puts it in daily miles in, so he has, report daily miles and all that stuff. So this book can be used in very different way. One thing it is free as of right now, but because of this right here, where we can go in and learn more, uh, so all of this is a free version. So transfer entry from one book to another book feature might be part of the uh, Cash Book Premium if it's not free trial for now. So kind of you see that some of the features that right now I'm talking about, they will become a premium version coming soon. When, who knows? So I wanted you guys to be kind of aware of this. So there is a way to to do this as of right now, but will it be free forever? Doesn't look like it's happening to be so. But it is available for those of you guys want to play with it and want to do it. If you're not doing any type of books, any type of ledgers at all, I would recommend you at least do a cash book. At least it's somewhat easier than maybe doing spreadsheet something else, because there's going to be paid version or some of it will be paid version and it's lacking of some things. I will be um, creating on my app. I will be adding on also a accounting version of it of the app as well, so you'll be able to track mileage. But those of you that's interested in my uh, you know regular app that's already done, definitely get a hold of me and I can get you guys going on that and go from there. So I covered how he uses it. I also covered how I looked at it and can be used as an accounting bookkeeping ledger. So you guys have a choice of seeing and playing with it and deciding how you want to use it. One thing, like I said, it is syncable between your computer app, browser version, as well as the apps. So, guys, take care, be blessed, and I hope this information have been helpful and knowledgeable.